Ladies and gentlemen. My bad. My fault. Anyway, the New York Knicks are your NBA Cup champions. Bravo to them and to Josh Hart. Yeah, we know what you was doing there, Josh. I don't know why you was doing it. I don't know what. I don't. Yeah, we know why. But we all like Jalen Brunson, but I don't know if we like Jalen Brunson that much like you do. Maybe. Anyway. But I'm just gonna stop predicting things, right? Because I don't think I've had a single prediction be correct so far on this channel. Other than like the Knicks and the Magic, I did predict the Knicks to win, and I'm not even sure that I said it in a video. I wrote it down, but I don't even think I said it. And like with the cup, I was like, "Oh, there's nothing that the Knicks do better than OKC that makes me think that the Knicks are gonna beat the Spurs." Look at you, you don't know ball. Yeah, you're right. I guess I don't. So what did the Knicks do to win this game? I'm glad you asked. Honestly, I don't know. I'm not really sure what they did differently. I just think Wimby, I mean, they did do something different, obviously. They hit their shots for one. They had a lot of help, though. And a lot of it's from Wimby's minutes restriction. You know, the biggest thing that's going to stop Wimby from being great is himself. The injuries are going to keep piling up on him. You know, being 7'4", it's hard to be that mobile and move that much and not get hurt. So his injuries are going to be the biggest thing that keeps him from being amazing. Because when he is on the court, he's disruptive. You know, defensively, we've seen teams, if he happened on Tuesday, the Knicks would not even try to go inside on him. It's basically a three-point contest when Wimby's on the floor. Everybody's just shooting threes. The very few times we saw people try to challenge Wimby on Tuesday, they shot a floater and they left it short. There's at least one that I know Tyler Kolek shot that he left short. Wimby is just that. He's just that. I mean, he might be the greatest defensive player of all time. If he can stay healthy, it's very possible. He wins what? If he stays healthy, 8? I mean, who stops him from winning a depoy? Voter fatigue? That's it. Because he might win them every single year if he hits the eligibility mark. Offensively, he is better defensively, but offensively, he's not far behind. I mean, he stands at top of the key and just shoots over everybody. They hit him and he's just going to let it fly. Nobody can contest the shot. Even on the inside, we saw Stephon Castle throw a bunch of lobs. They can go wherever he wants. He can put it wherever. There was one where he was falling out of bounds. He just threw it. Wimby just... he just jumped over Tyler Kolek. He does it to everybody. The dude is a massive human being. And that's why I don't think the Knicks did anything to stop him. I think Wimby stopped himself. And part of that is the minutes restriction, but also he had a tough Tuesday, right? We want to say, rest in peace to his grandmother who died earlier that morning. So I want to give him a lot of props for playing through that. That's never something easy you can go through. And, it took a lot of courage for him to play through that. So shout out to Wembanyama. But also going back to Kolek, the Knicks had a ton of help off their bench tonight, right? Tyler Kolek and Jordan Clarkson played some huge minutes and hit some big shots off the bench. I mean, Mike Brown even had so much trust in Kolek that he benched Mikal Bridges in the fourth quarter to let Kolek play, right? Because he was playing so well that he felt comfortable and they needed that extra ball handling to keep this game out of reach. And the Knicks had the lead because of Jordan Clarkson. He hit some huge threes in that third quarter to swing the momentum in the Knicks' favor. Like, they were down like 10 or something, and he hit one, and then I think they got a turnover, and he had another one, and he was hype. He got the boys hype. He got the crowd hype. I mean, it was some huge shots by Jordan Clarkson. And the rest of the Spurs team didn't play very well when he was off the court. I want to give a shout out to Stephon Castle. The box score won't jump out at you. He was 5 for 15. He had 15 points. But it was the other stuff that he did that rocked out, right? He had Jalen Brunson the entire night, and he had him all 94 feet, up and down the court at all times. And that's stuff that isn't going to show up on the box score, but it was the grit and the grind he showed on Tuesday. The sky's the limit for Stephon Castle. We have seen a huge jump from Rookie of the Year form last year to this year, and he's only going to get better. If he continues to improve his half-court offense like we've seen, if he just... defensively, he's a monster. He had 7 boards and he had 12 assists, so he can pass. The dude... Stephon Castle's going to be great in this league. It's just it's just him. How far does he want to go? He's going to be great. It's just, like I said, it's up to him. Another big shout out to Dylan Harper. He was 5 for 7 from 3. He had 21 points. And he had some big shots. He was, I think he was the only one who shot particularly really well on the Spurs. And he just, cold-blooded. He'd come down in the fourth quarter. They were down. He didn't care. He was going to let it fly, and he hit it too. So big shout out to Dylan Harper. I also want to give an even bigger shout out to OG Anunoby for leading the Knicks with 28. Shout out. He started the game strong. He ended the game strong. He is so smart, with how he cuts, when he cuts. He can read a defense. He can have the ball. He can be off the ball. OG Anunoby is great. I say that for everybody, but most time it's true. I'm only gonna talk about a very few minuscule amount of people. But yeah, OG Anunoby had an amazing game. He, like I said, led the team with 28. Just shout out to OG Anunoby. Also, big shout out to Cat. He got hurt at the end of the third quarter, and it looked bad. It was a calf injury, and instead of staying out, he came back in and he helped finish the game. That's great. That's mentality right there. That's a ton of respect to Karl-Anthony Towns for coming back into the game. So, and this is a credit to both teams. What I loved about this team is I loved about the game is how disciplined both teams are, right? There was a couple of turnovers, but a lot of them were bad passes. They weren't mistakes on either side. Both teams are so smart with the ball, and they're so disciplined, and both coaches are smart. A game like this was it was basically watching a chess match go on. Being a fan of basketball like this is the game you want to see, right? Every, star players, role players stepping up, atmosphere, something on the line. Shout out the Cup, man. They did a great job with the NBA Cup, so shout out. Yeah, Adam Silver, shout out to you. Smart coaching, good schemes, high-level defense, high-level scoring. This was it didn't have the same flash as OKC and the Spurs, but it was technically a smarter game because everybody on the court is just so good. Just all around mastery from both sides. So much love. Again, shout out to the Knicks. I'm done predicting. Josh Hart's a freak. And as always, hey, appreciate y'all for watching. And just remember, at the end of the day, I'm just a guy with a microphone and an opinion. Peace out.